Become a part of the Kingdom Visionary community on legacyglobal.tv. Visualize yourself a successful business person, confident, prosperous, a leader in your field. It's all possible with the right tools, support, and community. LegacyGlobal.tv is the virtual hub of the Kingdom Visionary community. Disciples on a mission to fulfill the Great Commission through entrepreneurial enterprises. Join us every day on LegacyGlobal.tv, where we connect you with Christ-focused content and a community dedicated to help you advance both professionally and personally.
Good evening, creatives, and welcome to another episode of Creative Mindset. I am M. Denise Simmons, Creative Director of MD Simmons Productions, and we are a company that's all about revolutionizing the arts, media, and entertainment industry through film, TV, and production projects for the glory of God. And tonight is, again, Creative Mindset. So welcome. Please share, please tag, please invite, do all those things. So on Creative Mindset, we discuss all things creative from a biblical perspective. And our hopes is to inspire you to create and do what you are called to do, motivate you. And we also want to just educate you in the arts, media, and entertainment industry, whatever lane that you are called to when it comes to creativity. Our goal is to educate you because we want you to be successful in your craft. So again, welcome to everyone tonight. So on Creative Mindset, we have Bible-based discussions, and then we also have interviews with creatives around the world. So tonight it is me, and tonight's topic is called Walk in Your Creative Freedom. Walk in your creative freedom. And the reason why I want to talk about this topic tonight is because I'm starting to realize how deep and vast the importance of walking in your creative freedom. And as I grow personally, as I grow spiritually and professionally, and as God is bringing new clients to me, God is revealing to me that my freedom in Him is vital to me as a creative. Like my freedom in Him is so vital, it's so important as a creative because of the lane that He has put me in, of this lane that He has called me in. It's the people that He has connected me to. It's where He has me going that makes it so important. And because of that, I want to share some insight with you all. Just some quick insight. Tonight is not going to be well, I'm never super long, but tonight is not going to be long. It's going to be really quick. I want to share some insight with you all on what creative freedom is and just explore some ways on how you can truly walk in and be free and just be free to create those things that God has called you to create. So freedom. what is freedom? So the dictionary defines freedom as simply when you have the power or you have the right or act to speak or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. So you have that power to do, create, to speak without any restraints. So in other words, as a creative, you have the creative right to do, create, produce without anything or anyone in your way. Okay, no one's stopping you, no one's shutting you down or making you feel some type of way. None of that is happening. And that's true, I believe, creative freedom. But unfortunately, for some, that is not the case. And it is important to not be stifled or be held in bondage by things or by people as a creative. And why it's so important? Why it's so important? Why it's so important? Because you have a call on your life as a creative. Like when God gives you that dope gift or talent to do something that nobody else can do, that means you have been set apart, you have been anointed. He specifically just designed you, your DNA, to do this one thing and do it so well because there's a call on your life. Is that important? So I'm learning as a creative that my creativity is bigger than me. And when God connects me to someone, He has me connected to that person's vision, not just them. I'm connected to that person's vision. And that person's vision is being received and absorbed by a demographic, a group of people, a nation of people that they're called to. And that's big. That is really, really heavy when you think about it. That when you connect with someone, as a creative, you're doing some type of project, or you're producing something for a client or organization, whatever it is that you're doing in the background that is for that client, is to make that client, look good, is to make that client's message get out there to a audience of people. But that audience of people is going to receive and absorb what you created for that client. And that's huge. So if you think of yourself as a writer, right? Your books are going to be passed down from generation to generation, and whatever that message is, you have the power to just, not power, but your words have the power to ignite movements or spark a level of creativity, and that's just through your words. Or if you're a singer, your voice can be such a sweet ministering sound to people that hear it, and then they become healed or delivered. Or if you are a graphic artist, like the graphics that you create for your clients can be so captivating that when millions of people see them on magazines or on a website or whatever, they're provoked, they're captivated to either want to learn more about the client, or they want to purchase the client's product or use their services. So that's pretty powerful. So it's not just you. You got to think outside of yourself and think about the impact that what you're doing, what you're creating for your clients. So I see that in all of this, that I don't have time to play around with people's visions. Like, you really don't have time. Like, you don't have time to play around with their brands, their videos, their events, their collateral materials, their money. Like, I have to make sure that I am strong in my relationship with God, because I need to make sure that I can be vulnerable. Because as a creative, like when you're out there in the marketplace doing and creating, like you have to be in full, like, boss mode, because you have to be in an element where people are asking you questions or they're expecting certain things of you, and you have to be able to deliver. But you need that opportunity, that you need to have a real like relationship with God, where you can just be really, really vulnerable with Him. You can tell Him your secrets. You can just let your guard down and just reveal yourself to him, right? Because you want to ensure that if times get hard, if you slip up a little bit, that you are so girded up in the word and so confident in your relationship with God that you can be able to snap back out, because you have work to do. You have work to do. There's no time to be playing. There's no time to be lollygagging. So I want to share some quick things with you to do as a creative to just make sure that you're walking in, freedom, because it's important. It's important for you to truly, truly walk in freedom. Okay. So the first thing I want to share with you. So the first thing is find your creative freedom in God. What I mean by that, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have an authentic relationship with God. Not something that is religious, not something that what you see people doing, or, through, your on social media, on TV, but it's you have an authentic, like whatever it is for you, because you're different from other people. Other people can, go off into the spirit and they pray in the spirit, or they pray all day, or they're writing, or they're singing. Like, you have to just find what it is for you when it comes to having that true authentic relationship with God, because what you see people are doing, like, it's don't get caught up in what you see people are doing. Just focus on what your relationship is with God, because you want it to be ongoing. You want it to be consistent. However it is, whatever it looks like for you, whatever that ongoing, consistent look like for you, is as long as you tight and you right with God, that's all that matters. In 2 Corinthians 3, verse 17, it says, Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Find yourself in the midst of the Spirit of God as a creative. It is important, because I believe that is ultimate freedom. When you can just get angry, you can just cry out, you can just be vulnerable, you can feel safe, you can tell all your secrets, you can just be open with him. So find yourself in the midst of God as a creative. The second thing, find your creative freedom in peace. In Colossians 3, verse 15, it reads, And let the peace that comes from Christ rule in your hearts. For as members of one body, you are called to live in peace and always be thankful. Pay close attention to your surroundings and your circle of people that are around you. Ask yourself, is this conducive to a peaceful state of mind? Am I being a part of this, or me being connected to this? Is it peaceful? Is it not something that's chaotic and confusing and frustrating? Like, is it any of those things? Because you have to know that God is a God of peace. So as a creative, find yourself in his peace, because it'll help you be truly, truly free. All right. The third thing, find your creative freedom in his flow. Oh my gosh, this one is a really, really good one, because I used to ask and pray to God, what is your will for my life? What is your will for my life, God? I keep asking, what is your will for my life? And I just wanted to know, like, what it is he wanted me to do, right? You want to know what's your purpose. You want to know, like, what it is God put me on this earth to do, right? And I've been doing this study, and through this study, I have learned to just simply ask God, what is your will? And nothing after that. Because when you ask God what his will is for you, and then he begins to reveal it, All you have to do is just adjust your life accordingly to the will that he's revealed to you. No more, putting yourself in it. Like, remember, it is bigger, bigger, bigger than you. And I think about when Jesus was rounding up the his disciples, right? And he didn't give them specific instructions. Like, he just saw Peter, John, Andrew. He just saw them and was like, "Look, come follow me. I will make you a fisher of men." He didn't give them any specifics as to how long it's going to take. He didn't give them the details, where they were going, how they were going to get there, how they were going to make fishers of men. Like, they're fishers. They fish, not men, right? He just told them to come and follow me. And that's what they did. They followed. And we know throughout the Bible the great things that came from that by just following. So you got to just flow with him, flow with God in the direction that you believe, that, in your prayer closet, in your time, your devotion, like, just flow with him and just see where his spirit just carries you away. And the last thing is, find your creative freedom in worship. Worshiping God is such an amazing and liberating form of expression of our honor to him. When you totally relinquish and just allow yourself to be vulnerable and submit your will and surrender everything, like, I mean everything, your insecurities, your doubts, your shame, your guilt, your pride, all those things, depression, like all those things, when you just relinquish it and say, "God, just have your way. God, just have your way. Have your way." And you just lose yourself in worshiping God. It just does great things for your spirit when you can just allow that form of expression to just freely flow out of you. Let your worship flow like streams of living water, right? It's in the Bible, so that you can express yourself creatively through your art, through your talent, through your creativity. Practice that. And these are the 4 things that I do, and I see them as like preventative measures, so that I can continue to walk in this creative freedom in God. You don't want to wait until something happens. Like you go to the dentist to get cleanings. Those are preventative measures. You don't want to wait till you need your teeth pulled because you got a big old hole in your mouth. So think about the things that you need to do to really walk in your creative freedom with God. So it's those 4 things: your creative freedom in God, your creative freedom in peace, your creative freedom in his flow, and your creative freedom in worship. And it makes me also think of David. And I know I talk about David a lot, but he is just so awesome. He was not only a king, but a musician and also a writer. So he is just all around dope creative. And as I continue to study and read about David, God always reveals something new, like a fresh perspective on David. And so this time in the Bible, we know about the story when David was dressed in the linen ephod, and he was standing, right at the ark of the Lord. And it says in the Bible that David just danced before the Lord with all his might. Now, can you just imagine someone of his stature, of his rank, of his high level of authority, and people hold him, so high because he's King David and all the great things he's done. But can you imagine this man just dancing with all his might before God? Like, that's ultimate, that's that ultimate level of creative freedom for me in my mind. Because visually, I think about all those things and I think about where he has to be mentally for him to just freely just let loose and just express and just honor God through his worship, through his form of praising him and just giving thanks and just reverence, right? So he doesn't care about what people are saying or if people are looking at him, because I'm just thinking about the guards, like, you know, his security or his servants, people who serve him, like people who are considered below him, or even his counsel. Like, he just doesn't care. And like that's that level when you are walking in your creative freedom, where you just don't care, because you know, true in your heart what you're doing. You know that what you're doing is of God. Like when you know for sure, like that, it just lets your mind just freely go into a place where you can just be so confident in God, and you can just do it. Like, just do it. And I just love that situation in the Bible, because it just shows me no matter what level you are in life, no matter how much money you have, the wealth in the world, like, you just have to express yourself freely, because God is watching you. Ultimately, like, God is watching you. So are you going to be free, or are you going to be captive? Are you going to be held bondage by the eyes that are looking at you, or by being caught on social media or something like that? You know, because to see what you are going to do with the people he has connected you with, like, God wants to see that. He wants to see what you're going to do with the people that he has connected you with. And it doesn't matter about all, you know, the money, or, you know, the beautiful things that you can create. Like, he really wants to see through your creativity, through your gifts and through your talents, how you're going to just worship him, how you're going to reverence him, how you're going to honor him in your creative freedom. So, in summary, to walk in your creative freedom, know that it takes you having a true and authentic relationship with God. It takes your mindset. It takes you knowing that your mindset have to be in a place where you don't care what other people think, because that will stifle your creativity. That will stifle your growth as a creative in the area of the arts and, you know, entertainment, media. You don't want to ever stifle, because remember, it's bigger than you. Who God has connected you to, and the work that you have to do in this world. Like, remember, Jesus said greater works that we will do. Like, Jesus did great things. And if Jesus is saying that we're going to do even greater works, like, can you just imagine the things that God has placed inside of you to do and to produce? And it's important that you be free in that. You're not hindered. You're not feeling insecure. You're not feeling bound by anything or anyone, but you're just free. So that is my topic for tonight. I thank you all for joining. I thank you for the comments. I thank you for the hearts. Please join us again next Wednesday. But before I go, I want to make a special announcement. So Beyond the Boardroom Weekend Edition, this by the Kingdom Visionary Strategic Society, hosted by Pastor Geralda Larkins. Hey boo. We are having our quarterly weekend networking event, but this time we're giving back to the community. This is called Community and Creative Inspirations, and this time we're partnering up with Dove Life Ministries, who has a relationship with a foster youth group, and we're going to have 2 days of fun. It's going to be Saturday, July 28th, and Sunday, July 29th. And basically, I'm just asking for you guys to be a part and by supporting. The funds will be used to purchase book bags for the kids, food. We're taking them to the museum. And at the museum, they'll not only get a tour of the museum, but I'll also be delivering like a creative word for the young people. So it's a great opportunity for you to give back, sow your seed. So if you go on Eventbrite, all the information is there for you to make a donation for this very, very special cause. So I thank you in advance for your support, and I will see you all next Wednesday. #Creative Mindset. Bye. Good night, everyone.